Hey, what's up, guys? We got a couple articles to talk about here, so let's get started with this. We are living in strange times. First, it was Windows and Microsoft with AI recall. Now, it's Google and Android with Gemini. Basically, this Ars Technical article is talking about how Google is rolling out Gemini to Android and it's doing deeper integration with Gemini. Gemini will be able to interact with third-party applications like WhatsApp, your phone app, messages, even if you've previously disabled those features. Any data you send to Gemini will be processed and stored up to 72 hours by Google. Another key concern is that Gemini might become a system application for Android, making it difficult or impossible to fully uninstall unless you have a root. And having to root your Android phone is becoming a harder and harder process these days. In normal Google fashion, there is both confusing and contradicting messaging about what Gemini is collecting and what settings you can disable to stop it from collecting stuff. All right, so yeah, this is a concerning story right here, right? Google and all the other major operating system vendors, that's Google, Microsoft, Apple, are all going out of their way to integrate, once again, what you should consider spyware into your operating system, into the devices you're paying for. They're trying to get the phones that you pay hundreds to thousands of dollars for to spy on you and phone home. And people are just going to be okay with this. I'm all for privacy, mostly because I think when you buy a device, you should have complete ownership of it. You should have ownership to the hardware. You should have ownership of the software. You should have the right to wipe it and be able to install your own custom OS on it if you want. And if they're not letting you do that, do you truly own the device? The answer is no. You're renting it. Best case scenario. This doesn't just stop with cars. This is a concerning trend at all levels of our society. Why are washing machines smart and we needed a subscription or an online account to use? Why are cars smart and lock away features behind paywalls and subscriptions? I'm looking at you, BMW. Why is it that it seems at every level of society, the companies that we buy our devices for no longer want us to actually own and be able to maintain these devices? It's as if they've all come together and conspired to rob us, and not only rob us, but to keep robbing us forever in order to feed their endless greed. They're trying to turn us into slaves and serfs based off the devices we buy. Isn't that concerning? Doesn't that piss you off? I'm pissed off. I'm not showing it, but my anger is seething. Anyways, let me know what you think about Google's new Gemini in the comments section down below. Stuff like this is going to keep happening unless we do something about it. What we can do, though, is to just not buy it, not give them our money, or unlock our devices and go with custom software on everything, which is honestly not a good solution. I don't want to install custom ROMs on my Android phone. That's a young man's game. I don't have hours upon hours a day to figure out why something's broken in some Indian dude's custom version of Android. Not anymore. When I was in high school, yes, I had time, but now, like many other adults, I have other obligations and responsibilities. I just want the software to work without spying on me. Is that so hard to ask? Thank you for watching. Let's go to the next story. Is it the year of Windows 11? It looks like it, according to this Tech Radar article. Windows 11 is now the most popular operating system for desktop OSs. With that comes end of lifing for Windows 10. So as of 2026, so as of this year, there will be one more year of security updates for Windows 10. And then after that, Microsoft is wiping their hands of it. You're on your own, boys. So if you haven't updated to Windows 11, you're smart. And unfortunately, you only got one more year of security updates. And to keep those security updates, you're going to have to sign up for a Microsoft account. Really, Microsoft? Ah, at least they're reneging on their plan to charge you $30 a year in order to get the paid extension for security updates. So this is good for users who can't or won't upgrade to Windows 11, meaning you have no TPM 2.0 chips, right? And Microsoft is probably doing this to help ease the migration from Windows 10 to Windows 11 and help reduce the environmental backlash over, you know, lots of computers not having a TPM 2.0 chip but still working perfectly fine. So yeah, Windows 10 users rejoice. You get one more year of support, assuming you care about security updates. I hope you should. You know, CVEs come out a whole lot throughout the years, and when you're on old software, you're putting yourself and your IT infrastructure at risk, right? You know, Windows 11 has some features. I wish it didn't have the spyware. I wish it didn't have all the advertisement. I wish it was actually a performant operating system that didn't use too much RAM. Like I'm using Windows 11 right now, and it idles an average of 20 gigabytes of RAM when I'm not doing anything. Do I have the RAM to spare? Yes, but that is beside the point. Okay, Microsoft, fix your operating system. I could have 128 gigs of RAM on a Linux desktop, and if I'm just idling and browsing the internet, I'm not going to go above like 8. So please, stop trying to advertise to me. Stop trying to spy on me. I mean, you're still going to keep doing it, but I'm asking nicely, please. I could move the Mac OS, but that's a different level of garbage. It's either you have stuff that works or you have stuff that spies on you. Why can't I have both? We're in 2025. That shouldn't be an extreme ask. All right, time for the next story. I tried to find other news articles, but I'm gonna be honest, there wasn't really anything interesting. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoy this content, please hit the subscribe button. If you have interesting news articles you'd like me to talk about them, comment them down below. I'll read through them and we can have a cool little discussion here. Otherwise, I appreciate you giving me a few minutes of your time. Peace.